Here we go.
Wait a minute. We live. Got it. We live. The Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. We got a special Friday night show. Only because Thursday was canceled for some odd reason. Oh, there we go with the alerts. There we go.
Yeah,
Tim.
we go.
Thursday was canceled for some odd reason, but here we Philly Sports Philly Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. We gotta throw the plug in there. Catch us on all our different whatever.
YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes,
Twitter, the Instagram. You know what it is. We got a couple topics we want to get into with y'all. Football season is underway.
Somebody already said Tim about to draw tonight.
Football season is underway. And we got a little basketball news. I don't think we talked about this on the last one, but Ben Simmons has told the Sixers he won't come nowhere near Philadelphia at all until you change uniforms. He said, I'm not coming here. I'm not going there. Trade me. So with Ben Simmons doing that, trade value is at the all-time low. Let's not get it twisted. His trade value was already low because of how he performed in the playoffs. Now, with Ben Simmons saying, trade me now, I'm not coming back, his trade value is even lower. Sixers and Ben locked into something crazy because Sixers want to get the most value for their asset, and I understand that. And Ben Simmons wants out of here. So he's Ben Simmons right now is acting like a scorned woman right now, and it's irritating me. But that's my spill. I'll let the other fellas jump in.
I want Tim to say what he said yesterday.
We're gonna talk a little AI.
I want Tim to say what he said about Ben Simmons. Say it for the people, Tim. I dare you.
Say it with your chest.
We love Ben. And that's it. No,
Don't
actually,
your polo.
Actually, what they were saying now is that Ben said he's going to report to training camp. That's the rumor out this time, that he's actually going to report. And they believe that once he back in training camp, because training camp, by the way, starts in 11 days. 11 days, Sixers all report to training camp. I think it's the 28th of September. So it looks like once he get there, once Doc Rivers start talking to him and he get back with the family, he'll be all right. First
of all, that's not what Tim said the other day. You know what I'm saying? Tim was actually ripping Ben. Tim, I got a question. Why your microphone in the background? Are you not using your microphone?
I'm using a smaller mic today because this one wasn't acting up.
I see you got the extra court size equipment in the back, but it's not like
greedy Ben. Now he wants his money.
Well, he said, "Well, what money?" But they already said that he was going. The Sixers got to pay him anyway. But before the season even start, he gets half of his salary. But the Sixers came back and said they will start fining him $300,000 a day. I don't know if that means per game or if that means per day that he's not reporting for anything. So I don't care how rich you are, and this is the whole point that I was making. I don't care how rich you are. If they're talking about $300,000 a day, you talking about $2.1 million a week. I don't care how rich you are. If you're getting hit for $2 million a week, it's gonna hurt your pockets. And I'm not mad at the Sixers on the way I feel about it. I think the Sixers are doing is the Sixers are in a position of okay.
Hold on, Jules.
What's up?
You gonna get routed week 3. How about that? Yeah, come on back in here week 3. And check this work. You gonna get this work week 3, Jules. That's my bad one. Cowboys fan.
I think what the Sixers. We definitely gonna get into the Eagles later on. But I think that the Sixers are of the situation of I think they want to see what they got. They want to see what if Maxey can come in and ball, then I think the Sixers will be more than okay with letting Ben sit on the side and do whatever you want to do and wait till another team gets to the point where they're trying to trade somebody like a Bradley Beal or Levine or even Dame. I think that's what the Sixers are doing. But Ben is playing this whole situation nutty though.
He is. He could be better.
Well, all right. First of all, have the Sixers done him wrong? The Sixers gave him money, expecting him to be better. They prepaid him. So I don't want to hear him talk about the Sixers mistreated me because Doc held him accountable, which is the same thing that we argued that Brett Brown wasn't doing to these players. Doc supported him all season and then held him accountable at the end. And now he having a hissy fit.
Maybe he could be our 3-and-D guy next year.
Who?
Ben.
You might as well. No, well, first of all, he ain't 3-0.
Or scared
you talking about 3 assists or 3 shots?
Listen, man, is he gonna come? Is he gonna stay? Is he gonna report to Cam? I don't know. I'm tired of this whole Ben Simmons. It's a soap opera going on right now. I'm tired of it.
Did y'all hear the reports this week that possibility of John Wall possible trade from Houston? I didn't like that at all because I don't think John Wall at 30 is equivalent to Ben at 25, and he's not a great shooter at all. But they was looking at John Wall because John Wall mutually agreed with the Houston Rockets that he's not even going to show up at games this year. They're going to try to work out some way they can trade him. So they may eventually buy him out. They can't get a good trade out for it. They may wind up buying him out. But would you even consider it? And also,
yes.
See, that's no.
Why?
No, his value is so much higher.
What does Ben right now? What does Ben do as a full career? What does Ben do better than John Wall?
It's projection. It's not just about what he's doing right now. It's projection also.
Why? What? Who thinks Ben is going to get better?
A lot of teams is going to. You know what? With the offers that we had so far, especially from Golden State, John Wall often injured.
I mean, listen,
I prefer not to.
From what I hear about the Golden State deal, that sounds like the best deal. Now, if I'm the Sixers and I'm thinking about taking John Wall, they got to package me a little something in there. Houston has to give me something to eat this contract, and he's injury prone. But again,
I definitely agree with that part.
Again, I keep going back to the over evaluation, how we overrate our players here in Philadelphia. We have Ben Simmons for some reason on this, like we're supposed to get a superstar for him. He's not a superstar. Ben Simmons, but you can't
hold on. You talking out of both sides of your mouth though. In one breath, you're saying you're not just going to get Ben Simmons up for John Wall, but
because of John Wall's injury history. That's why. You don't know what you're getting. He ain't played basketball in like 2 years at one point. And he looked spotty when he played last year. So for that, yes. But I would like to get some young, younger people to go with me. But
what about Brandon Ingram? The Pelicans.
I don't like Brandon Ingram.
For Ben,
I'll take Brandon Ingram.
I'm not a big fan of him.
If you talking about him just coming in just on a score, his offensive game, he like KD.
Stop! No, he's not. Stop! Everybody, just because he's skinny, just because the bull's skinny, he's not like KD.
Do you watch him? Do you watch his game? Do you watch him play?
Yes.
Then his game is. I didn't say he is KD. I said he's like KD light. Mean his game is very similar to KD's game.
You drinking
the same way. He's just not as good as KD.
His game is nowhere near KD's game. It's nowhere near KD's game. Stop.
You don't think they have a similar style?
The closest thing they got together is they black and skinny.
You out your mind. You out your mind the whole way.
Nothing similar about their game, bro. Their game not similar.
Okay. I don't know what you look at.
To compare him to KD is giving him a lot of props.
No, but see, here you go. You're getting it. I'm saying their style of play is similar. I'm talking about the style of play. I'm not saying he's on KD's level. KD, he plays like KD, but not as good as KD. So if you talking about a tall guy that can score and do all that other stuff, I'm taking that.
Go ahead, Tim.
All right. So earlier today we had a topic going on AI love. Y'all want to briefly talk about what we were going to talk about?
Yeah, go ahead.
Set it up.
All right, I gotta do the setup for this one. All right, there's Philadelphia in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was one boy that completely owned the city of Philadelphia as far as sports is, and that was
hold on. You got to get into how we got there, right?
All right, then set it up.
The talk was on Dame Lillard. and why Dame Lillard will not leave Portland. I for one said I don't think Dame Lillard is going to leave Portland because of what he said and how he talked about people joining with super teams and this, that, and the third, and how he's the type of player to me, he don't want to go back on his word. He whatever it cost him, he's not going to go back on his word and ask for a trade. Dame Lillard's not going to do that. But then we start talking about all the love Portland gives Dame Lillard. And I was saying if Dame came here, he would get the AI love. And we was talking about what type of players. What players can you think of that got the love that AI get? AI got so much love in Philly that he's a known Cowboys fan, a known Cowboy lover, and we let it slide. Yep. He's the only one I ever know is a known Cowboy lover, and Philly fans give him a pass.
Listen,
we didn't even give it to the mayor. What was the mayor? The mayor name or whatever? Not the mayor, the other guy.
Governor Christie. Chris
yeah, he ain't get no pass.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Chris Christie was the governor. He was the governor of New Jersey, but that being said,
close enough. He still was a Cowboys fan.
AI, okay, but this my whole thing. Even with that, AI wasn't born in Philly. To me, it's a difference in somebody being born in Philly. If somebody's from somewhere else and this is a team they grew up rooting for, I don't feel no kind of way about that. Like that's like Ike Reese was a Lakers fan. So it's like now I don't hate on him for being a Lakers fan. That's what he was before he played.
Ike Reese.
I'm just talking about athletes. Use that as an example.
Yeah, because I'm talking about an athlete that came from somewhere else and now they embrace Philadelphia and their sport, but that don't mean that they on board with the other sport. Like AI still showed the Eagles love, but he just always grew up being a Cowboys fan. So I feel more disdain for somebody like what's my name, Jules? That was
Jules Jackson.
Yeah, I'm saying like come on, bro.
No, but like for example, this is the kind of stuff that AI used to get away with. AI literally would park his car in a handicapped parking space every day in practice, and nobody blinked an eye. They were like, "Okay, did he get into the building safely?" That's how it was. He had the entire Philadelphia. Anytime he do a party and AI was going to be there, everybody was trying to be at that party. Even when he do an all-star party, all-star weekend when we hosted in Philly, his party was the one that everybody had to go to. All the athletes that were in the building, they wanted to be where AI was. AI was beloved not by just by the fans, but also by fellow athletes. All the athletes was like, "Yo, AI was a rock star." He was like the Jordan. The modern day Jordan for the folks that was like in that 96 in the early 2000s. He was the Jordan of that era. He changed everything, but in Philly, they loved him. Kawhi still do.
I mean, honestly, AI was all that for Philadelphia, though. I mean, and he was, first of all, AI was, I think AI gets so short. Like some people forget, like AI was a trendsetter. He was the one boy that was coming in here and was like, I ain't got to wear a suit. Like he represented the hip hop culture. And there was a lot of those other NBA players that wanted to do that, but ain't had the kahunas to do that. Whereas though AI was like, I'm me. You know what I'm saying? Like we already know, it's legendary, him being at TGI Friday. Somebody was saying, it was like, AI was like the one boy, like he was sitting there in TGI Fridays. This is where everyday people sitting there. He's sitting down in that joint, he's chilling. Yeah. Everybody else want to go to the steakhouses and all the places downtown. AI was hood, and people respected and they loved him for that authentic. Y'all know the word I'm looking for. Authenticity. That's it.
See, but I think in order to get that, it takes a certain kind of city and person, because every superstar don't get that type of love like that in a city. It depends on the city. Let me
you know what? It's funny. Go ahead. Well, real quick. See, this is the part that gets me though, because I got into a conversation with a couple guys I know from Jersey, and they were like, "Yeah, because see, Philly fans this, Philly fans that." Everybody want to rip on Philly fans for how they was, but guess what? Philly fans show you extreme love, and you don't have to just be the winner for them to show you that love. If you come and you bring it, Ben Simmons could own this city. Embiid can own this. No, listen. If Ben Simmons actually played and brought it, and even if he couldn't shoot and all that, if he came out and he played hard every night and wasn't pouting and crying, he could own the city. anytime you had dudes like Chase Utley, they was rooting for Chase Utley over Ryan Howard. You know what I'm saying?
Because Ben doesn't have that personality.
His personality. That's to say, he missing that rock star.
You don't have to have a rock star personality.
He think you're a rock star. He think
Chase
you're a
Utley,
rock star.
Chase Utley ain't had no rock star personality.
No, Ben think you're a rock star. Ben just doesn't have that. He doesn't have that personality where people gravitate to him. Ben has a personality where you don't like him. That's the type of personality Ben puts off. He has that air about him. So he don't have that personality, the type to. But I'm saying, it got brought up because remember we talked about T.O. and y'all mentioned T.O. during the Shannon Sharp interview, said he got the most love here in Philly. Remember we had the chant like T.O. 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 T.O.
That's why Donovan lumped up.
Yo, that was like one of the, besides the Super Bowl, that was the best year. That was some of the best years of Eagles football, man.
It was the Super Bowl year. Oh, you talking about besides when we won?
So we won the Super Bowl. That was the best year.
I wish we won it that year. That year, if we won it, that would have been everything. But Donovan was a nut, so.
Well, what athletes do y'all know? Like, can you think of any other athletes besides AI that gets that kind of love in their city?
Yeah, we got some people in here from other cities and stuff like is there any of our Atlanta people there? Now, that's one thing we was talking about, Mike Vick. We felt like Mike Vick kind of got that love in Atlanta before the whole dog situation. It was like Mike Vick was on that superstar type stat.
He would have had it if he didn't, like, if he'd have stayed his career there and never left. Yeah, he would have owned Atlanta.
I think to an extent he still got that. He still get that love from Atlanta though. They still love him.
He does. They still love him, but listen, when AI come back here, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, it is. He got mad respect. It's like as soon as
and I think LeBron, if LeBron would have never left Cleveland, he would have been the king of Cleveland.
He would have never won. It's like, no, let me stop.
I don't know if he won or not.
I don't believe that. I'm trolling.
I will say, I don't think Kobe. I know there's a lot of Kobe lovers, but Kobe has a lot of fans. But as far as owning LA,
he owned
prior to, like, right now he's legend. Like, the legend took over after his passing. I'm talking about before he passed away. Before it was just him. Was Kobe beloved by everybody in LA? I'm not sure about that.
I do think they'd had, but see, of course, not being from LA, I don't know for sure. But my whole feeling on that was, I think a lot of the younger guys. See, LA has such a rich history. Like, you had Magic, Kareem, like you had such a rich history.
Shaq too, that was
Shaq, exactly. So it's like Kobe wasn't just like the guy. Like throughout history, but when you talk about Philadelphia, like we had Will here, but most of the people here by the time AI came ain't never see Will play.
Dr. J,
and Dr. J came to the Sixers in the later part of his career. Like, he spent the big part of his prime years with the Nets. So we saw AI grow here. Like, we saw AI come in from the jump. Once AI cracked Jordan and hit that joint, that was a wrap. Like, he was etched in he just had to keep on continue. But once he did that, are you kidding me? That solidified him in Philadelphia.
I kind of like the Randall Jesse Davis. He said Randall they had a city on lock at one point.
Randall did. Hey, I'll be back scrambling.
Hold on real quick. Jimmy J, I agree with you. Big Poppy and Brady. I agree. Brady up there in Boston and Big Poppy in Boston. I agree.
Brady can do no wrong out there.
And the whole thing you said about Dame, that's what started us off on that, because we do think that Dame kind of gets that treatment too in Portland.
And he don't want to get it.
I'm telling you, if Dame came here, he would get AI love.
Yeah,
I don't think he would. He not on that level.
He may.
You don't think that? Oh, you don't think Dame come here balling? Dame time hitting winning buckets?
I agree. You saying if Dame come here balling, but as soon as Dame step here, he's not getting the AI. AI's treatment was like next level.
If Dame come here,
if he come here and we win a chip, then it'd be different. But if Dame just come here and him and Bede and we still get to the second round and we lose, it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that tight.
Bulls fell in love with Tyrese Maxey this year. He might be the next one up. I mean, Maxey now they're like, oh, we can't put.
You still got to be a baller.
You do. To be on that AI type love level, you do.
Maxey might be next. He might be the next one on our team. And no Joel
was D Wade loved like that in Miami? You think D Wade was loved like that in Miami?
Y'all got real fans in Miami.
See, I about to say, yeah, Miami different. Miami different.
But okay, do Portland got real fans though? Because if we saying that,
no, they got real fans.
I don't know about
Pacific Northwest, those folks.
I don't know about that.
They do. Portland, they got a solid fan base.
No, they don't. That's why they can't get no free agents.
That's true. I mean, listen, I think I look at stuff like I don't think I don't like Karl Malone. I don't think he was loved in Utah like that. They already trying to put bulls. They already trying to put Donovan Mitchell ahead of Karl Malone. Like, what's going on? That's what I mean. You gotta have. It has to be a certain city in Utah. Listen, they love basketball, but there has to be a certain city in the way that city made, man. In order for something like that.
Hey, Valentino, I agree with you to an extent. The Sixers are stuck, but what I think the Sixers are doing, you got Tyrese Maxey, and I know last year I caught some slack because I kept talking about Paul Reed. I still think Paul Reed didn't get a fair shot to see what he can do yet, but I think Maxey has gotten better. I think Paul Reed can do some stuff. I think the Sixers are trying to wait and see what they had. Now, if we come out and Maxey at the starting point guard and he's stinking it up, the Sixers are in a hard spot right there because you have no point guard. But if Maxey comes in, Maxey done put on some muscle. Maxey been working on his shot like some people.
So has Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, he been working on that same broke shot for 5 years. People like Tim think he's still going to get better for some reason.
He will.
But like Ben told you himself, I am what I am. He's Popeye. Ben is Popeye. He is what he is.
Joe, we about to go ahead. Start that Eagles preview and lose all our fans.
Here we go. All right. Week 1 is in the books. Week 1 is in the books. So far, the Eagles offense and defense look pretty solid against the Atlanta Falcons. This week is going to be more of a challenge. We're going to
hold on. My bad. Before you get into that, one more Ben what we talked about, right? So you did say Ben's going back to the Sixers.
Yeah.
Reports are he's going back.
So when you see that, because when we was talking earlier, you ain't mentioned this. So what you went on some Ben Simmons propaganda page and they said this? Because everything I'm hearing is Ben saying he wasn't going to show up.
I've heard by somebody named Tom Moore or something reported.
When you start saying somebody named, I know a Tom Moore on my friends list, and he ain't he just my homie.
Tom Moore. So, Tom, was that the boy who used to friend everybody on MySpace?
He said MySpace.
Listen.
my space, your friend was like Tom or something. That was your first friend or something like that.
His official title, sports columnist for the Bucks County Carrier Times. So he got a blue check, and he had a source. He said the Sixers are expecting Ben Simmons to play in 2021, and the expectation that he'll play. It may be a little bumpy, but he's gonna come in there. He's gonna play for the team.
Yeah, because they don't want to give up $2 million a week.
That's not.
Tim has to be the worst person at reading between the lines.
No,
I swear he has to be the worst.
The reports are still out there that Ben's not coming.
I bet you sure he's gonna show.
Ben's not coming.
$2 million a week. I bet he will.
Ben, like I'm telling y'all, Ben has all the leverage.
He doesn't though. He doesn't.
You don't think so?
No, he don't have the leverage.
Ben has the leverage.
Because no matter what. Now I'll tell you this. Like I said earlier, if they come into the season and they stinking it up, if they got Ben on the bench and they stinking it up and Maxey stinking it up, then Ben has the leverage. But if they come into the season and Maxey's playing good enough that the Sixers are playing good early on without Ben Simmons, Ben Simmons is looking like an idiot. So first of all, he still don't have, because the Sixers have the rights to him. They don't have to give him to nobody. And if I'm the Sixers, I'm not just trading him to make him happy. You're going to give me something of substantiation in order for me to trade him.
Substantiation.
I know. I don't even know if that's appropriate, but it felt good as it came out.
That's all right. But no, I personally believe that Ben is going to be here. He's going to play well. And when that happens, he's going to play really well. Then that's going to give us Straight for Dame.
Listen,
What do you think playing well is? Like he played last season during the regular season?
17, 7. And
he ain't never scored 17 in his life.
And this year's
as an average.
All right. Let me ask you. Now I gotta ask you this question. All right.
17, 7 and 7.
Ben Simmons, we can all agree he plays well during the regular season.
Yep.
Can we all agree with that?
Yep.
I don't think you'll agree with that. You call him a bum during the regular season.
I do, but he plays well because nobody games plan for him. They let him do what he wants. Most players, the regular season, we all know the regular season NBA is like free fall.
But it's different. This is why it's going to be different because he's actually going to be shooting the ball in this.
Hold on, that's my question. That's my question. If he comes in with the same game he had last year,
then he got to go.
Averaging 16, 16, 7 and 7 without shooting, are you still happy with that?
No, absolutely not. Because that don't work.
Me during the regular season, I'm fine with it.
No, because that won't.
Well, no. Let me put it. I still feel the same way I felt last year, and I said it from the beginning of the season. Everybody that want to come on here tomorrow, Wayne hated, he Ben hated. From the beginning of the season, I said if he's giving me those points, as long as he doesn't turn the ball over, and as long as he hits free throws, I don't care because I think that they have enough scoring in other places. The problem we ran into in that series is he wasn't hitting free throws, and when they started fouling him, he ran from the ball. That's not how he played in the regular season. And to me, that wasn't, I guess you could say it's planning, but it wasn't like they stopped him from moving around and doing. We won game 2 and he only scored 2 points. So I feel like we could win like that, except for the fact your point guard has to handle the ball.
You can't win like that, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you need to practice on the things that you're not good at.
I was going to draw.
And if he plays the same way he played last year, that means during regular games when he should be I don't care about how many jumpers you hit in practice. We talking about the game. Not practice. Y'all talking about practice.
I don't care about jumpers,
the game.
Period. I don't care about the jumpers.
He needs to start doing this stuff in the game. If he's not doing this in the game, you have to understand, if he's not doing this in the game, it's not going to translate in the playoffs. It's not going to translate.
But I don't care. But see, you keep saying about shooting jump shots. I don't. He can be effective even without shooting the jump shots. He was effective. He has to hit free throws at a risk. You can't shoot like 30% from free throws. That's ridiculous.
And the only way you're going to get comfortable shooting free throws if you knock down some jump shots during the game. You're never going to get you're never going to get comfortable if all you did was dunk all game and all of a sudden you got to go through the free throw line, shoot free throws. You're never going to be comfortable. You're never going to be comfortable at all.
If you're shooting free throws, if you're practicing free throws and you get your system down and you shoot those free throws and you can hit those free throws, then I think free throws opens his whole game up. Like I would like for him to shoot jumpers.
You liked him.
Okay, so how do we lose? What made us lose? Was it because Ben couldn't shoot free throws, jump shots? No, it's because he didn't. He was scared and he couldn't hit free throws and he ran from the ball. His jump shots wasn't killing us. He couldn't shoot jump shots the whole playoffs and he was balling okay enough for us to win. It was the free throws. He
wasn't balling okay for us to win.
He wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Why wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
If he played up to what?
This is what I'm saying. Y'all keep overrating this garbage he's doing.
When they put him on Trae Young,
free throws. When
they put him on Trae Young in game 2, and he only had 2 points, we won. So, like I said, he was dishing the ball off and getting these other guys shots.
And guess what? He was on Trae Young all the rest of the games too.
And Trae Young ain't played great.
All the rest of the games too.
What was Trae Young shooting percentage? Look at Trae Young's shooting percentage.
But that doesn't matter. We lost though. But we lost.
We lost exactly. We lost the last 3 games. We lost game 5 and we lost game 7 because they did the hack at Ben. In game 6, we just got fortunate because Maxey came in and was balling. But we lost as soon as they did the hack of Ben and he ran from the ball.
J Money don't do that. It's a trick question. It's a loaded question.
What do you say?
Would you rather have Russell Westbrook or Ben?
No.
He said we'd rather have Russell or Ben.
Russell Westbrook did something that was unforgivable.
He said, would you rather have Russell or Ben?
I think I would take, at this point, I would take Ben because, like I said, my biggest knock on Ben my biggest knock on Ben right now is because he can't hit free throws. I don't care who you, as a point guard, you handle the ball. If Bulls are going to foul you on purpose, you have, look at what they tried to do the same thing against Giannis. And Giannis was shooting horrible from free throw, but guess what happened? Then he settled down, and once he started hitting them free throws, there was nothing they could do. So if Ben Simmons could
still
free throws, I'm not. I don't listen. I don't like his attitude. I don't like the punk attitude he got. I'm not caping for him. But
I got a question.
Go ahead.
It was Fashion Week this week in New York, and so Russell Westbrook decided that for Fashion Week it was okay. I mean, it wasn't just regular. He was posing, but he wore a dress. Is it ever okay for an athlete or anybody to wear a dress for the sake?
Well, the Hebrew Israelites be wearing them dresses, don't they? You ain't got no problem with them.
So, are you saying again? I asked you, is it ever okay? Does that change your perception of Westbrook? Like, is it because that tough?
Listen, I know Westbrook thinks he's a fashion guru, so I don't know what kind of statement he was trying to make. I'm not doing it, but I don't know what type of fashion. Well, he felt you already know he rocks a lot of blouses. You know.
Well, we're in this culture now where you got to be wary of what you say. But I've always felt Russ was fighting a fight. I felt like that's why he had so much aggression. He was trying to hide some things. So I'm just saying this is what I've been saying for years.
Put that on that man.
For some reason he has unwarranted aggression. Like he's just mad to be mad. Like, why are you so mad? And I think that he's fighting some demons. So
all right.
Go ahead. Take us to the Eagles.
All right. Well, I'll take you to some Eagles. So
that's what I had to do to get you off of that.
All right. So what I want to do first of all is to share last week 1 quarterback comparison. We said we was going to do this each week. Where we going to compare what?
No, we ain't say you're going to do that. Come on, let's move on. I'm gonna log off.
All right. We said this was going to do. So, in your opinion, who had the better record last week? Who better statistics?
Oh, Jalen Hurts. We looking at the stats. Who can say that? Of course, he had a better week, stat wise.
Yeah, young Jalen. He threw 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he threw a lot of screen passes. That was very nice.
It wasn't just screen passes. He did what you want him to do. He didn't try to go and be crazy with throwing the ball all down the field, getting it picked off. They was playing.
Why would it get picked off if you got like Zach Ertz wide open down the field, hit him in stride and get a touchdown? Why would he be worried about getting
one play? That was one play. You know it was.
Yeah, I'm listen. I like the Eagles coaching staff. What I like about they're on top of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was Doug and them. They would have sat there, took all long. He would have threw the flag, challenged the play, and Zach Ertz catch would have been erased. Get on it and get moving. Even when they had 12 men on the field, Eagles about to hike the ball. They had to call a timeout. I hate it when I used to see that. Like when you see Brady and bulls like that, and Rodgers. If they see somebody run off the field, what they do? They gonna hike that ball and get a free play.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? So I like how Eagles coaching staff seems to be alert on stuff going on. Get up, hike. Zach Iverson catch that ball. Get up, hike that ball. Get them yards. So in the way he's putting these players in position, man, I like it.
I agree. I think that he's running the team the way that it's kind of sort of remind me how the Eagles was doing when they had Nick Foles. They ran the stuff that was his strength. And I felt like the Eagles with Carson Wentz, they didn't necessarily. Carson has to be responsible for a lot of stuff that he did too. But That being said, I don't think that the coaching staff necessarily coached to his strengths.
I know. I mean,
I don't think the team drafted to his strengths.
I mean, they only gave him a Super Bowl winning team. I mean, that's it.
He won a Super Bowl with it.
Exactly. And got a Super Bowl. And then
he won a Super. Hold on. He won the Super Bowl with that team.
He didn't win.
Hold on. He had the team 12-2.
He didn't win it.
They wasn't going to be 12-2 with Nick Foles. Stop it. You saw what Nick Foles did.
Stop trying to discredit the ball. You got to give credit. What we're not going to do is try to discredit him. Nick Foles didn't have us 12-2. Nick Foles is not. Let's be honest. Nick Foles is not a starting quarterback in this league. He's a backup. Carson Wentz had his 12-2. Hold on, he had his 12-2 with first place in the division.
We was first of all the year before last. For the year before last, we stunk. And so when we was playing bad teams to get that 12-2 record the entire year.
No, we beat the Rams in the game he got hurt. He threw the winning touchdown.
Again,
he threw the go-ahead touchdown.
We were playing. That's one team for the year.
Stop, man.
The year before last, we stunk. Which when you stink, you get a last place schedule. We had a last place schedule,
and you beat the teams that's in front of you.
Exactly, and that's what he did. He beat a bunch
and
of
you beat the team. Now let's replay.
Playoff teams are as the
Foles had two good games, Minnesota and the Super Bowl. He stunk in Atlanta. If it wasn't for Matt Ryan being a bum that he is now, we would have lost that Atlanta game. Our defense came and balled us out with Jalen Mills.
Let's keep it being. No matter what, both of them played in the NFC East, where they played half of their games was against the NFC East. So, and guess what? When Nick Foles started the next year, he was like 2-2 or something like that. So
next year he took them to the playoffs. And
no, Carson took them to the playoffs.
No.
What?
Nick Foles took them
because that's just like Ethan and I both went to that. Well, you talking about the next year after the Super Bowl?
Next year after the Super Bowl, Nick Foles went, and then they went and they lost to the Saints because Alshon decided to drop a ball.
Okay. Oh, but that wasn't Nick Foles. That was Alshon.
It was Alshon.
So so Carson didn't play at all that season?
Yeah, he got hurt. He hurt his back.
He got hurt. Remember, that's the story.
He hurt his back. It was like the last 2 or 3 games.
When we read the story about Carson Wentz, it always ends and then he got an injury. That's how it ends, with a broken leg or something, a broken back.
You know how Foles ends? With him getting benched.
No, it ends with a Lombardi Super Bowl.
No, it ended with him getting benched.
There we go.
But we say I got us beating San Fran. I got us beating San Fran Sunday. What y'all got?
I like our shot this week. The 49ers, they lost their starting corner, Jason Verrett, to an ACL injury. So we should be able to throw in these balls this year. We should be able to throw. Let me ask y'all, you think they should go after Richard Sherman? Because they lost a couple. They down a lot. Richard
49ers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Morissette got hurt too, the running back, right?
Yeah.
He done for this year.
Yeah, the Eagles should be 2-0 after this week. I honestly, you got your home opener. You got a wounded San Fran coming in here.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles should handle them. Honestly, that me personally, that's what I think.
We just gotta worry about that
next week.
We gotta worry about that. I want to jump to Dallas. We do have to worry about 49ers. Offense.
I don't think Nick.
Do the 49ers still got that tight end that was killing us last year?
Is he playing?
Kittles? Is he still playing?
I think he just come. I think this might be the week he come back.
Of course.
Tim, you doing all this gloating and stuff, but use the main boy on here talking killing Sirianni too. And if you're gonna gloat, you need to come on here and get that man an apology.
I did that last year, didn't I? I mean last week. I said
I hope you did, because he had Jalen in position to make. He had Jalen in position, in the best position to succeed.
Wait. First of all, Nick Sirianni actually came out and said he got bailed out.
He's supposed to say that. He's supposed to say that.
Was it really him making Jalen better? Or was it Jalen making him look better?
So who designed the screen for the touchdown pass to Rieger? Who designed the throw to Smith in the corner of the end zone?
His offensive coordinator.
Well, guess who picked the offensive coordinator? Sirianni. But no, honestly, they still play.
Be back with the vengeance.
I know, I like that. Exactly. Sean said Ben's gonna be back with a vengeance, but I don't think Ben has that kind of motivation inside of him. I don't, and it's a shame, because I think that if he did, like, you can say what you want about Joel. When Joel was caught with the crying meme and everything else, he got mad. He went to the lab. He worked out. He came back stronger. So I mean, but as regards the Eagles, it was the Falcons last week. I think that Dallas game is going to be a big game, and I hope they come out and they stomp Dallas. Because that game, if they come out and they handle Dallas, I'm not trying to gloss over this San Fran game, but this should be an easy win for us, in my opinion.
San Fran talented on defense.
No, they talented, but they got a lot of injuries going on.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So the boy George Kittle, if he's injured, then I like our chances even better. What y'all think about the boy Miles Sanders? Do y'all think he's legit? You think he could be a true number one back?
I like I said on our pod, I like how he ran. We'll see what he do against Sunday because this is going to be a tougher team to run against. They got Fred Warner all over the place. He's a monster. So,
that's you already know how I felt about Miles. I like Miles I thought the second half of his year, he stepped up and started playing better.
To me, he ran hard. He ran hard Sunday, Miles, and that's what I want to see. He used to me, he used to try to bounce everything outside. And he didn't run through enough arm tackles to me. But this first year, he looked like that to me. That's what he looked like.
I mean, his first game, I just don't think. I think he got better the second half.
That's funny because you wasn't putting him up like that last year.
Who wasn't? You talking about Tom?
Yeah. All right, so
now all of a sudden you get a little win. You get a little nice 4-1. Now you want to pop that up?
All right. Here's what we do. Each week we have 5 games that the fellas we get together and we pick. And last week, if you notice, I went 4-1. Ephraim went 4-1. Ethan struggled mightily at 1-4, and Wayne, let's just say he's out of the running for the year.
Who's the reigning champ?
I mean,
all right, shut up. And I started off slow last year too, and you was doing all that. Look at my record, and I got 5 games up, and I won. So
next week, I got everybody picks in for next week for Sunday's games. And so it looks like we got a lot of the same. We picked a lot of the same. I know, man, Ethan, and actually we all have the similar picks for the week. But I'm looking to probably go 4-1 again. I like my chances. I think we all picked the Packers. I do believe.
You can put the screen down now, buddy.
I can't see the bull.
Yeah, if you're gonna put stuff up, put picks for this week, then you know what I'm saying. What you putting up last week's for?
That was this week's. That was this week's.
Exactly,
pick.
Wayne.
They were this week's
Nutty.
pick. Anyway, those are our picks for the week.
So,
I just want to say, so far, young Jalen Hurts is looking promising. I would like to see what the boy Devontae Smith, what they gonna do next week. So anybody got any questions? Anybody on the chat got any questions before we blow this joint? We see y'all. If not, we're gonna see y'all right after the game. We'll be on live. We're gonna take we might take some calls sometime soon. Well,
yeah, that's right. Catch me Sunday. Catch us Sunday at 4:15.
Yeah, 4:15.
Eagles hats on.
But if not, catch us on a playback. But again, thanks for listening.
I would like to say once again, I do think Jalen Hurts has a lot of stuff. I still don't believe in his arm strength as much. And I think if he has that type of arm strength, this would be the game where he can expose it because they're hurting their secondary.
We'll see if he prove you wrong.
I
hope he does, because if he does, I think we have enough talent around him. If he can have that kind of arm strength with the talent we got around him, I think we can make noise.
See, I think he was throwing a little bit with confidence. I don't think it was the arm strength last week. Especially that pass to Ertz, that was more so because that was easy money. That was easy money. He just short armed it a little bit, but we'll see. Anyway, check us after the game. Thanks for listening. Let me make sure I stopped the live because last time I did, and we still was talking.